feeling sleepy? I'm your host, Mr. Creepy. Don't fall into the wishing well. Listen to my stories from hell. Ghosts in the afterlife. The werewolf who chomped his wife. A headless dentist on a ATV. The chicken corpse haunting KFC. Ever seen a vampire on a plane? A zombie slurping brains? While you're in your bedroom smoking Indo, didn't you notice the ghoul at your window? Sit back and relax your bones. Get onto your laptops or your phones. The YouTube address FYI is Mr. Creepy's time to die.
Bad evening. I'm Mrs. Creepy, your host. Before we get started, we'd like to give a creepy shout out to some of our fans. Caitlin the White Wolf, your love makes us howl at the moon. Andy Anderson voiceover, your voice brings us to our knees. All amazing. You're as horrifically amazing as your name. Bob Shackley Limited, you're still a killer guy in our book, Bob. Transformation Class, you're a class act. Mo Rhoda, we'd love to hear more of ya. Natalie Purdon, you're number one with us. And Renee Lee Haynes, another killer who has bloodstains. From the darkness in our hearts, we love you all. Now back to our program. Tonight's story is about a young gal named Veronica who spent all her time on TikTok. Uh-oh, watch out, Veronica. Your time's about to run out. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. No one knew what she was up to. No one knew but her fans. Laughing, crying, dolling herself up. Dancing, singing, and posing, all in her room. All for her fans on TikTok. It seemed safe. After all, she was in her room. She wasn't doing it in a public setting. These people, her fans, were harmless. They didn't know where she lived, what town she lived in. They virtually knew nothing. So she thought. Veronica simply liked attention, and they, her fans, loved to give it to her. What Veronica didn't realize was that for everything, there was a price. Veronica didn't take her medications again. Though she was diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and manic depression, she didn't want to take her medicines. It made her boring. She preferred the method of self-medication. She liked to use marijuana and the occasional alcoholic beverage instead, which was expensive, but she told herself that she needed it. Sure, she had more ups and downs, but the attention made her feel important. Until one day. It was a beautiful day outside. The birds were singing and the sun was shining, but Veronica was feeling down. Even though she was getting a lot of views from her post the day before, she still felt sad and insignificant. She didn't want to go to work.
Why do I even have to go to work anyway? Mom and Dad should pay for my rent. They owe me. They're such bad parents. They're mean. They know how hard life is for me. They should pay my rent. They never even told me I was beautiful. My fans do. They tell me all the time, especially Tim.
So, she decided to send Tim a private message.
Hey, my dude. What you up to?
Hey, just getting off work. What about you?
I'm tripping. I'm late on rent again, and my parents won't help me this time.
And?
And so, since you're my biggest fan, I was hoping if maybe you could help me out just this once.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'll send you my Venmo account.
No need. I'll come to your place.
How do you even know where I live?
I'll see you in 10.
What? Wait!
Tim didn't respond. 10 minutes later, there was a knock on the door. Frightened, Veronica ran to the door to check through her peephole to see who it was. She opened the door.
Dad!
Veronica's dad walked in the door, and she closed it behind him. Relieved that her dad arrived before Tim, she jumped into his arms and said,
Daddy, I'm so glad it's you. I was scared. There's some strange guy I met on TikTok who said he was coming over.
I know.
Veronica pulled herself out of her father's arms, astonished at what he said. Her father grabbed her by the neck. As he held her, strangled her, he whispered to her closely.
You thankless, entitled little shit! Your mother and I did so much for you, but you've turned into this, a lazy little whore! It's time to pay the price!
He snapped her neck in half. So that was that. No more Veronica. No more TikTok. No more fans. And no more attention. Poor Veronica.
Mr. Creepy here. Friends, we don't care what you thought of tonight's horror story. If you don't stab the like button and slash the subscribe bell, this will happen to you. No.